We're getting you set for Miami football this spring with the Wholesome One. Please join him on his YouTube channel, the Wholesome One Holloway. Check him out right there, breaking down tape and talking Miami football on a daily basis. We have addressed the defensive line. Let's look at the linebackers. And, of course, since 2016, Miami fans have been pretty much able to just go with the ink pen. Bam, 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 bam. There's our 3 or 4 linebackers, and forget it. They're good to go. It's been, I don't want to overstate it, as a legendary class, but a very strong core of linebackers that stepped in again as freshmen in 2016 and made their mark on Miami football, led by Shaq Quarterman, who just racked up 107 tackles as a senior with 15.5 tackles for loss. You've got Michael Pinckney. Zach McCloud was injured this past season, so he couldn't be as productive as he's been in the past. But wow. They came in as a wave and played together, and now they leave as a wave and leave a huge void.
Absolutely. And the big thing about Zach McCloud is that was a big man move. I mean, he wasn't technically injured, Mark. He just decided to take a red shirt because he wants to be able to come back and play next year.
That's right.
But, not being behind, because now it's a 4-2-5, maybe max 3 or 4 linebackers play. You just rotate once or twice every now and again, every drive, but you had the main 2, 55, 56. Shaq Quarterman, Mike Pinckney. You had those 2 guys, and they were going to be on the field taking 97% of the snaps. Well, now the other half of that is Zach McCloud comes in, and you can pencil him in to take over the inside linebacker, the Mike in the 2 inside linebackers over for Shaq Quarterman. So now we take the instinct of Shaq Quarterman and you replace it with the athleticism and size of Zach McCloud. The other side of that conversation is, what about him knowing that middle linebacker position? Being able to read guards, know that this guy, they're going to run this ball. I'm flying and I'm going to pop this guy in the backfield. Are we going to get that out of Zach McCloud? Because in high school, he was a 3-4 inside linebacker / 3-4 outside linebacker edge rusher. Is he going to have enough training and coaching to be able to play very, very well in this 4-2-5 middle linebacker scheme, which is different? It's kind of new to Miami, and it's new to South Florida in its entirety of how to coach and play that position. But next to him, people are penciling in Sam Brooks. Now, Sam Brooks is a young man that Miami Northwestern edge rusher, came to Miami and played in the Bethune-Cookman game, led the team in tackles, and only played 8 minutes. Then he starts the entire La Tech game and gets 11 tackles in that game, 8 of those being solo. Looked like the better linebacker against La Tech, playing next to a 52-game starter, 729 snap, Shaq Quarterman. So the hype around Sam Brooks is big. Let's take a deep breath. Let's breathe it in. Let's give the young man an opportunity to work hard, and go out there and do it. Let's not project what we think he should be onto him. We know he's going to be a hardworking young man, South Florida guy. We know he's going to be in the weight room with Coach David Feely, hardworking strength and conditioning coach. Let's let him be the best Sam Brooks that he can be. His stats did pop. He flashed on film. The 2 games he played, he led us in tackles. That's great. He's really fast, he's quick, he's athletic, and he wants to be a Miami Hurricane. He wants to be great at the sport and at the position of linebacker. He wears the 6, okay? When you wear 6 at Miami, that means you got to be pretty good. Shout out to the cousin Santana Moss. But I'm excited about those 2. Behind them, it's a lot of guys that are either injury-prone or have little to no experience whatsoever. 4 of the 8 linebackers that are on our roster right now are out for spring ball. Completely out. And they're not like little flick injuries. No. You got hip injuries. You got shoulder injuries. Sam Brooks, out with a shoulder. BJ Jennings, out with a hip. Pat Joyner, out with a foot injury. Corey Flagg, out with a shoulder injury. Tyreek Austin, out with a shoulder injury. So it's paper thin going into spring also. So the thing that we're all considering is, if Zach McCloud, knock on wood, Zach McCloud goes down with an injury, what do we do? What do we do? But one person I want you all to keep an eye out for me, who I project to start next to Zach McCloud, is Wayman Steed. He's tore ACLs before, but he's one of the only healthy linebackers going in the spring who was actually in big competition with Michael Pinkney for the starting job. And rumors has it that he actually was beating out Michael Pinkney, but then he ended up getting hurt, and that kind of had to trash the 2019 season for him. But he's from Miami Central, Miami guy, signed with us, been on for a while at Miami. Him and Bradley Jennings were the two guys that we signed in the 2017 class to be the ones that back up Shaq and Pinkney. So maybe we can get them to come out and play, but the biggest thing is health. Are our guys going to be healthy moving forward into the 2020 season?
If worse comes to worse, you send those safeties back for double reps in the weight room, and you run a 4.7. 4.70. You just skip the linebacker position.
Yeah, and we've also talked about, as a fan base, I don't know if the coaches have thought about this, but I think Amari Carter, with his size and strength, can come down. He's already pushing 208, 210. Come down and play the weak side linebacker or the middle linebacker. I mean, the days of having 255-pound middle linebackers that just blow in the fullbacks are gone. And you look at your national championship teams, nobody's bigger than like 235. That is highest. So you can be 220, 227 and play pretty well at linebacker in this spread concept of 2020 college football. So I think Amari Carter could come down and be a very, very good linebacker. So, hey, if he's back there at safety doing his thing, he can be very good. But coming down to linebacker, I think he could be a second-team All-ACC linebacker if he came down and played it.
People, we know that you shop Amazon, so please do so using the link in the description section below. Please check out the Wholesome One's channel, the Wholesome One Holloway, right here on YouTube for your Miami content, and lock it in here at Mark Rogers TV, the voice of college football, and follow us on Twitter as well at Mark Rogers TV. There's your breakdown on the D-line and the linebackers from the Wholesome One. Man, we appreciate you stopping by and laying down the knowledge.
No problem. That's what I'm here for.